My name's Gavin O'Meara. I'm the Chief Executive of FE News. I think the changes which Ofsted have brought in are really interesting, particularly with where we're going from frameworks to standards, and we've got the three I's that Ofsted are mentioning, which is intent, implementation and impact. And I think what's really interesting is the underpinning of all of that is going to be the intent as to where we can move to with learners and what that's actually going to mean about their learner journey. Curriculum design has always been there and has been a part of the FE system from the very beginning. What's really interesting is where we're moving into. The frameworks were very structured. You had to deliver against certain parameters, standards. It's very much tailored around the individual learners' needs and moving things forward. And that's really interesting because we can then design curriculum which meets learners' needs, can meet the needs of local employers, and then also around sector-wide as well. We can meet needs and develop qualifications and career paths for people really quite intelligently. It's really exciting, and I think that's a really great way that we're moving forward as a sector. The sector has always really been interested in being able to meet learners, ongoing growth needs, also the local employers' needs. But the sector utilising data, to use Ofsted terms, has always required improvement. We need to embrace technology. We need to be able to see what those independent sources of information are. There's been some really great examples that I've seen across the sector where people have been really intelligent in utilising labour market information. There's others who still do need to catch up with that or to sort of explore what the different sources of data will be. But on the whole, the sector is embracing it really positively and is really exploring what that can mean. I just think there's a lot more that we can do. There's so many more different ways that we can utilise data, which people are still exploring and expanding ways to do that. And I think the more we expand and the more we investigate what that means, the better it's going to be for the learner, the better it's going to be for their career paths, the better it's going to be for the employer, for the region and for the UK PLC. So we really do need to be more intelligent with how we utilise data. LMI and data is really interesting and really exciting. It does tick an Ofsted box, but there's so much bigger opportunity than that, particularly for colleges and providers to look really independently to be able to say, these are the needs which employers want. These are the skills that they need. These are the skills that is mapped out in our region, and this is why and how we can develop these curricula. I think this is why curriculum intent is really interesting. This is why I think labour market information is really interesting. This is why data is really exciting. I can't believe I'm saying data is exciting, but it is, because it means we can join up the dots and be able to help individuals and it's their lives, it's their family lives, it's the community, it's employers. How can we as a sector bring all of that together? And I think if we can use as many different tools as possible, data seems to be a really clever way of doing that. And I think it's just the way that the sector needs to embrace and move forward.